Oh, wait, I'm live as well. Yo, hello. That went well. That's a great start to the marathon. Hello, everybody. I'm live here as well, too. So, welcome to Sonic Mania. I was expecting a countdown. I didn't get a countdown. That was fun. Right, are you all ready for some Sonic Mania? Sonic and Tails good ending. I hope you are, because we are going to have a lot of fun with this. If you've not seen Sonic Mania, Sonic and Tails good ending, you are in for a treat. We're going to show you everything Sonic Mania has to offer, from all the levels, all the Emerald strats, all the skips, and we are ready to go. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you a countdown. We're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1... Let's go! Alright, welcome to Sonic Mania! Sonic and Tails good ending here. We will use our buddy Tails to our advantage here. We are going to do our spin dashes here. Spin dashes are our main form of movement. It is a Sonic game after all. Grabbing the invincibility, first item in the box here as we are in Green Hill 1. We're going to use this to run our way down and grab ourselves the Chaos Emeralds. And we're going to get all 7 of them really quickly. Probably within 10 minutes of the run, assuming everything goes well. So we're going to jump over at these flowers here, using the flowers as a guide to get to our first big ring, but going so fast that you run your way through it. So now we're just going to go to the left and then to the right. We're going to jump to side and grab the shiny thing. You're bouncing off the wall, and there you've got it. Now that is Chaos Emerald number 1. You blink, you miss it. I will try and explain those strats as we go through, but those stages really are super quick, so there's not a chance to do that one. So I have to see how that goes. But as I said, our main form of movement in this game is the spin dash with the drop dash. We'll be aiming for 6-tap spin dashes as much as we can, using the drop dash as well to our advantage. We do, of course, have our elemental shields. They'll be making an appearance, as well as using our buddy Tails with his flight. So running our way through the stages, each of the stages here, you can see if it's a nostalgic stage, it is split up into Act 1 and Act 2, with Act 1 basically being a nostalgia-filled trip, using similar level layouts from the original games that they came from. So you see a lot of Green Hill Act 1 and Act 2 in Act 1 of Sonic Mania here. In Act 2, you get little gimmicks, and you'll see the gimmicks and more about each of them on the individual levels when we get there. So we're going to go through, though, down towards our first boss. I'm going to grab our invincibility once again, because we can use that just to kill the boss really quickly. Our buddy Tails here, he's just doing whatever he wants, but hopefully he'll come back in time, and we can use him to our advantage. Boss comes up, 6 hits, 2 in each head. 1, 2, 3. Wait for the boss to come down. 1, 2, and then 3. You're going to get you with Tails. Nah, Tails is not doing it. That's fine. Bouncing him off to the end there, and that's alright. So, signpost is going to come down. Just like classic Sonic games, there are 3 different item boxes hiding under. If you bounce the signpost off it, it'll reveal it. We don't want any of them because that's slow. But welcome to Act 2. Act 2's gimmicks are these lovely little zip lines here. So we'll be using these zip lines to go around the stage, or at least you would think we are. But we're going to skip over a majority of them. I'm going to make sure we get our speed shoes hiding in the tree. They're going to do a big old jump up the top, down the bottom here, missing over the bridge, going down. So you grab our first elemental shield of the run, the Fire Shield. The Fire Shield allows us to do a horizontal dash that is allowing us to break through walls, will protect us from fire, and will protect us from projectiles as well. We're going to be using this to go as fast as we can through certain areas up to the very top right here, but we are going to lose our Fire Shield because unfortunately fire and water don't mix. This is going to take us to special stage number 3, and we're going to have a lot of fun bouncing to the left, to the right, and we're going to go around in this area. So to the left, take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. 2 hops this time, all the way around. Going to bounce our way down, making sure we don't hit any of the mines here, because the mines will take 10 seconds of time away from us in the Crystal Dome there. Grabbing Chaos Emerald number 3. We're about 3 minutes in. We've got 3 emeralds there. That's what you want to see. We'll have these all by 10 minutes time. Down the bottom, though, we're now going to head to our boss. You may have seen the boss before, but don't worry. In this one, he's a lot easier. I know when I first saw him, I was like, you what, mate? That target reticle can only mean one thing. It is the Death Egg Robo from Sonic 2 has made a comeback. This time has super stretchy long arms here. And no hitbox on his legs, so we can just stand under his legs there. Have Sonic and Tails alternate between hitting the boss, and then using Tails' flight here just to make sure we can hit that capsule. So anytime Tails is with us and beside us, we can double tap, jump, and fly with our buddy Tails and be carried around. I'm going to be using that, and Tails' AI himself, to our advantage later on. But on a chemical plan, here we go. We're going to be taking the top route on this stage, because unlike normal Sonic games where top route is best route, Mania likes to switch it up. But we're going to be grabbing another big ring on this stage here. In fact, we're going to be getting another 2 big rings, basically within 10 seconds of each other. So it should be a lot of fun. We'll see how it goes as we run our way through. So here's one here. This is Emerald number 4. We're going to get to the 3rd pillar, turn to the right, and then jump from the 4th, and then hold left all the way down. This gives us the angle we need. Back to the right-hand side, catches the Emerald on the 3rd corner, and just away we go. This is what you want to see, right? So we're coming down, we're coming around, we're going in, we're doing it all as fast as we possibly can. That's 4 emeralds down, and we're going to get 10 seconds between the next one. Count it yourself, and you'll see. Even the timer will do it for you. So it's 17 seconds. We should be at the next emerald by 27, or your money back, as we go round and down to the bottom area here. Big old slide that should be very noticeable for some people. And there we go, 26.71 into emerald number 5. Going to do the same what we did for emerald 1. We're going to bounce to the left, bounce back to the right. Keep on the bouncing and grab the emerald even before the first corner there. The reason that works is because of strafe jumping. As long as you do 90-degree angles with your left and your right and you're constantly jumping, you are building a lot of speed. You can then keep that speed that allows you to go faster than the emerald, faster than the UFO, and allows you to grab it real quickly. So we're just going to take my safe top route that I know right now. Our buddy Tails not coming with us here. So we're just going to have to wait until that platform goes up to the very top and drop dash our way around and see what happens. Going to do a number of loop jumps here. If we can get the good loop jumps that we're looking for, that's a phenomenal jump there. We love that. Loop jumps give us a lot of speed. Time the loop jump basically at 10 o'clock on a loop and jump at the right point. You will get yourself a massive boost of speed that allows you to come down and hopefully take out the boss fight and get to the area real quickly. Going to get a single hit in this boss because this boss is taking too long to come down there. Tails grabbed us. Didn't really work, but that's fine. If you're lucky, you can get Tails there on time, get a double hit, and we get to go through. Now on to the damage boost, the boss, the video game. Covering itself in the gimmick for Act 2. More on that in a second, but we just take the boss out using our damage boost, and away we go. If I position this, unluckily, we might get an item box. There you go. There's the bubble shield coming out. Item box bubble that we don't want to see, but that is alright. So now, on to Chemical Plant Act 2. This stage is interesting, because this is our first vertically based stage in the game. It's also our first stage where we have a cycle that we're trying to hit. We want to get up to the top area around 1 minute and 18 to make a block cycle, meaning that we should get a 124 bonus stage rather than a 130. So we're going to see if we can pull that off. But we're going to be using the gimmick of the stage known as Flubber. Flubber is, of course, the green gloop that we just bounced off of. There are many different types of Flubber. You have the dark blue Flubber that will damage us. Light blue Flubber will give us a small bounce. Purple Flubber is sticky. And, of course, green Flubber, which is where it gets its name from, gives us the biggest bounce that we want. Nice little damage boost there. That's going to work out for us wonderfully. We're going to jump down, hit the syringe here to open the Flubber into the green level. Down we go on the hill here and away, down and round. There is a Puyo Puyo skip for this boss fight. That is, of course, Dodge Robotics, Mean Bean, Zone, Deuce, and Puyo Machine. But before all that, we've got Sniper, no Snipey. We just jump up here, Sniper, no Snipey. Down into the blue tube and away we go. We're not going to see Puyo skip today because Arg is not confident enough yet to do it in a marathon run. Maybe in the future, we'll see how it goes. But so far, we're doing all right on our time here. We get through, we go, and that's a 101. That's very nice. As we're running our way through, we should be able to make this cycle no problem as long as we get the drop dash there. We come down, we run, we do the jump to get off the slope up to the other side, running our way through, bouncing off the top here. Not using my buddy Tails to fly, because if we do, we'll get sniped by that enemy right there. Drop dash, jump up and in. We are making that no problem, not getting crushed. Should get us into that checkpoint at the 124 here. 124, jumping in. And that's what you want to see. Emerald number 6. Hardest emerald in the game. We're going to jump slightly to the left here. I'm going to jump back to the right. Going to land on that bouncy platform. We got hit by the mines, but that's alright as long as you get hit by only one of them. Oh, and he got hit by 2. Oh, that was tight, but we got lucky there. So what you saw there is if you get hit by the mines, you lose 10 seconds of time. We got hit twice, but thankfully, we did not get hit a third time. We did not get kicked out. We got our emerald. That was tight, but we are good to go. Oh. But now, we're going to head to Dodger Robotnik's Mean Bean, Salt and Deuce and Puyo Machine, and hopefully, we'll get a good set of Puyo Puyos. I apologize to any puzzle game fans in the room here. I am not good at Puyo Puyo, but we're going to do the best that we possibly can on this segment. Let's see what happens. So we're going to jump down and see what we get. It is 5-color Puyo Puyo. You need to match 4. You do a nice big chain, and you should be good to go. So we're going to use the purple right now, as it's going to have green as our chain color of choice. So we're going to see how this turns out. I am looking for a little bit more. The game, however, is being a little bit of a butt, but that's a good green there with the red. So now we're going to drop down the red on that one. That's all right because that'll disappear, so we can drop that down there. That is another purple with a green, which is fine because it gives us the green that we're looking for. That puts the yellow on top there. This gives us another purple and green, which is actually really good, so I'm going to drop that down there. If I can get away with it, I'm going to drop a purple on that. Maybe drop another purple there. Actually, I'm just going to take that and not get greedy, and let's see what happens with these color combinations. They should fall down. It didn't quite link the way we wanted to. Unlucky. But that's still going to be a decent enough kill there. When that drops down, the other one drops, and that should be enough for us on this one. Wait for that to drop. It should be enough, and he's gone. Not the greatest Puyo we've done, but not the worst Puyo either, which is absolutely fine by me. So we jump out, finish the stage, and head to our first unique stage of Sonic Mania, Studiopolis Zone. And the best thing is, Studiopolis is the zone that got Sonic Mania made, which is nice. So up in the Studiopolis zone here, another zone that has a lot of cycles for us. We are going to go immediately to the left-hand side, hit the big spring that should get us on this platform cycle here. And we're going to do a number of bounces around the stage. We need to see Argick jumped a wee bit too early there. Well done, buddy. So we're just going to run our way through, get the bounces here, run, jump, jump, jump. Let's see if we can get on this one in time. I'm going to wait for the bounces just to be safe. Bounces over, gets absolutely bodied. Unlucky Arg. Fair enough. So we're just going to bounce off that and just spin dash our way down there. Tried to make that cycle, and because we get a little bounce at the start there with the loop, it put us off, but we move our way through. Grabbing the speed shoes, grabbing that ring box. Speed shoes aren't really going to be used as much because we're about to go and grab our final Chaos Emerald of the run here. We're going to have some fun with it. So there's their big ring. We're going to stop, slow down, jump, big in, right in there. Immediately start turning to the left-hand side, back to the right, and then do a big turn around, bouncing off both side walls here. We're going to do a big bounce around. Let's see if we can keep this speed going. We want to grab the emerald that's going to come over that platform there. We've got it. There's all 7 Chaos Emeralds obtained. We can now turn into the Supersonic. We get 50 rings. We press the triangle, the Y, whatever button you've got to map to. You will be able to transform, and we'll be able to have some fun with that. All big rings from now on will give us 50 rings, allowing us immediate access to the golden boy himself. So we're going to spin dash our way through. 41 rings is fine. We get up to 46 here. We're going to jump over, land on this segment here, grab the rings, transform, about turn, big old jump over to our lightning shield, and then down the bottom. Second elemental shield of the run here is, of course, the lightning shield. The lightning shield is main passive ability as a giant magnet. Any rings will be coming towards us now, which is beautiful when you're using Supersonic with his 1 second drain on your rings there. On to our boss here, we do have a Heavy Gunner. Heavy Gunner's going to fire 3 missiles, top, middle, and bottom, aka 1, 2, and 3. We want to see as many 1s and 2s as we can. We don't want any 3s. We'll have to see how it goes, see if RNG is going to be nice to us. So we're going to double back on ourselves so we hit the transition point, use our buddy tails to fly here. Take us up to the top route, if at all possible. Going on to the middle there, that's alright. And then the boss is going to come in. We're going to repeat that a couple of times. But as I was saying about the elemental shields there, the lightning shield's passive ability is the magnet. That is the main effect that we want to use with Supersonic, because unfortunately, while you are Supersonic, any active effects, that is the double jump from the lightning shield, the fire dash from the fire shield, and of course the bubble bounce from the bubble shield, are all disabled. So we're going to just be running our way through here, see if we can carry these shields to the next stage as we can use it to our advantage. Getting another one there. So that's 1, 2, 1 right now. That's a good set of missiles here. Good missile pattern. We love to see it. Let's see if we can get lucky with our other side. I'm just going to jump back, make sure we hit the transition point. We did get the transition point. We're not getting a fly with tail, but that's alright. Takes us to the middle right. Big old jump to space. And away we go doing the bottom. So we're going to run our way and wait to see how it goes. And there's a 3. Oh, you hate to see it. That's not what you want to see. You don't want to see a 3 on this one. Alas, it's what we've got. So 3s are slow, they're the slowest missiles you can get. It's not the missiles that you want to see, but a 2268 is not bad. 22268, and then we just slow down deliberately the signpost there, because the faster you pass the signpost, the higher it spins in the air, and the more time that you lose. But we do get to keep our lightning shield here, so hopefully we can get a number of good jumps here. Let's see what happens if we can pull this off. So we're just charging our spin dash, we get it done there, we run through the end, and we do a big old jump. Grabs all those rings for us, gets us up onto that middle right. This allows us just to double jump up to get more. See if we get past our little Orbinaut here. The Orbinaut is trolling me. I'm just going to roll into him again. He steals my lightning shield, which means we're now going a different route because I am not taking the chances on this one at all. So we're going our standard route down here, and we're just going to grab as many rings as we can. We should be able to get just enough there. Oh, are you kidding me? We are 1 ring to rule them all short. Where is that ring of power that we need? We'll grab it down the bottom here on this slide. We just transform at the end of it. Run our way down on the wires, spinning our way around as it changes our path over. There's our supersonic transformation. Big jump over, don't hit the springs. Onto our bouncy platforms, round and down to the bottom. Let's see where we end up on this segment. Gets the spring, bounce up and round, stop and in. Nice descent through the funnel there. We're going to go round down the bottoms here, bouncing up onto the top side. We're going to do a little bit of fancy path swapping here. We're not going to bother with that. We're just going to jump up and skip it, jump up and skip it, jump up and skip it. Jump our way over, land up here, jump our way over. Did we get enough boost? Let's find out. We did. That's beautiful landing into the little secret passage there. Down onto the wire. And down to our boss fight. We're going to wait, we're going to turn, we're going to wait. We just turn around, we just do a single tap spin dash, and off we go. Down to the bottom, loop, jump, set speed to the boss fight. Run away with our buddy Tails. And then we get to just do this lovely little kill here. So while Tails is holding on to Supersonic, Supersonic shares his power. And his buddy Tails is also invincible. We're going to be using the fact that they share properties like that to our advantage along in other stages like Oil Ocean. Tails right now stuck beside the capsule there, not quite taking it out. But that's all right. We are zooming. That's what we're doing. So we're going to go through. We're going to go into our next stage. It is the Flying Battery. Warning, Flying Battery returns. Let's run our way through. Remember, Arg, this is Mania. Do the Mania strats. Do not do your Sonic 3 strats because they do not work, even though the layout is very, very similar. So let's see what we get. We get a burnt butt. That's all right because we can use that to grab ourselves some extra rings as we jump our way down here onto platform 1. Grab our secret fire shield. We're going to use the fire shield's fire dash to skip a few cycles here if we can do it correctly. Running our way through, we're going to wait, we're going to jump on that. That platform's up there. We're going to wait. We just fire dash over so we don't have to grab onto those slow handrails there. We're going to use the fire dashes now, aiming to try and get ourselves around an area at the 49 to 53 cycle. And the reason for that is because we have a new effect with our lightning shield here. So our lightning shield now has the power of magnetism. As we know, any areas that have little magnets on the roof here, we will be drawn towards them. It's an interesting little gimmick that appears basically only in this stage, once again towards the end of the level, but we can make our way through. So 49 seconds is about to appear, which means these platforms are going to be up. We get up there by 53, gives us the cycle. We should be on pace for a 114 boss fight. Let's see if we can get ourselves to there in time. We're going to jump up, spin dash our way over, grab the amount of rings coming over, and make sure Tails does not get any iron, because he's already had 2 of his 5 a day. Don't want Tails to get eaten by any of the missiles here because the missiles are slow. Run our way over, jump our way in, see if we can get to the cycle in time. Not quite going to get the 114. We're going to get the 118, unfortunately, but that is all right. So running our way through, running our way around down the bottom here, gets the 118 checkpoint instead. Down to the boss fight. Make sure our buddy Tails comes with us because once again we can use his invincibility on Supersonic with Tails' flight to get ourselves a very nice quick boss kill. These bosses, not really the hardest in the world, but we are alright. And you can see the gimmick of stage 2 right now. It is literally junk. We are standing in the junk. And this is where we get to have fun. As I say, the top route in Sonic Mania here, not always the best route. So we're going to skip the cutscene, which loses us our lightning shield. But that's alright because we are going to go and grab Supersonic immediately. And then carry a lightning shield for a really important boss skip that we're going to attempt through the run. In the meantime, down the bottom right, and the reason we come down here is because there is a big ring immediately to our left now. I'm going to use that to turn into Supersonic and just zoom our way through the rest of the level. So as I was saying, we're going to do a boss skip, or attempt a boss skip. We'll have to see if we're allowed to do it. What we're going to be doing is the boss area on this one is a permanently scrolling vertical area that loops back on itself. However, it is positioned below the level. You would think an endlessly scrolling vertical area is going to be at the top. It is not. It is down the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Sonic and Tails here. We're going to use our lightning shield to do a double jump that will despawn a kill plane, hopefully position Tails in the area where the boss should finish and allow us to hit the capsule skipping the boss. We'll have to wait and see if we're able to do it or if something's going to go horribly wrong. Fingers crossed that it goes right. We're going to use this checkpoint here to despawn out of Supersonic because we need to have our lightning shield for the double jump. The double jump is imperative. It is important and we have to use it. We're now going to babysit Sonic and Tails here. Sonic with his lightning shield. Tails, because we need him. We don't want him to respawn. Let's see if we can do it. So we come down the bottom here. We're going to line ourselves up. We're going to head our way down to the area. We're now at the segment. So Tails is going to fly up. Sonic's going to come down. We're going to line ourselves up. We do the jump. Full jump off the spring. Arg needs to time a jump correctly. Let's see if we can get it. Gets the jump 1 down. Do the double jump. And Tails is in there. We hit the capsule. We line ourselves up. There's the skip. Boss skip achieved. The kill plane is gone. We landed on the top. And Tails fell through to where the capsule is, allowing us to skip the boss fight and head right to Press Garden 2. Press Garden 2? No, Press Garden 1. So I'm skipping a level here. Press Garden 1 here. We're going to aim for a lovely little quick cycle. See if we can make it here. So far, we're looking pretty good, actually. Let's see if we can hold it. 0 cycle is the quickest cycle you can possibly get on this one. Normally, I aim for first cycle, but we'll see what we can get. If we're able to run our way through, run our way down onto the level, let's go for it. Little bit of a bonk there. Not the end of the world. Gets a jump up. We're at 23 as we climb here. The platforms run away at 26. He's just bonked off it and he missed it. Ah. The respawn back at 29, though. This allows us to get back up here, which is fine. Still getting first cycle as normal. Good start to the stage, but not quite fast enough. So Press Garden, another unique stage here. Studiopolis was Eggman's TV studio. This is Eggman's news printing press. So he prints his newspapers. He's got his TV studios. What's next? Going to be a podcast? Who knows? But we're going to run our way up the stage here. Another vertically based stage on this one. No cycles that we need to worry about, which is nice. Just a lot of cool gimmicks like bouncing off the conveyor belts here. Funky little strat coming up. We're going to do an almost vertical drop dash here because why not? Nice big boost. Good cycle on our platforms. Grab the fire shield, which will be important for the next stage. Running our way through onto the area. Big old jump up here. Just drop dash to build our speed. Down to the bottom. And then we're going to head to our boss fight up in the area. Now, a fun little thing I like to do with this boss fight, every time the boss appears, it gives us a little wave. So if you've got any waving emotes, join me as we wave to the boss. Hi, boss. How you doing? Unfortunately, this boss is nice and easy. We're just going to jump in with Supersonic and then get 6 quick hits on the boss. And the boss is going to wave. Goodbye. Goodbye, boss. We love you. Bye-bye. And we're just going to run towards the end of the screen here. I'm going to need my buddy Tails to start flying for us. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do an interesting little bit of tech here. Because the game expects you to have no control, we can charge up a spin dash, release it before the stage starts, get a nice big boost of speed as the level transition takes place, and get a nice quick boost there before we need it, which is always nice. Now, press Garden Act 2 here. The gimmick on this stage is, of course, the ice. We're not going to be using any of the ice mechanics until later on, because we've got the fire shield here that prevents us from getting frozen. This allows us to run through the stage to grab the 50 rings as quickly as we can, and then we're going to use Supersonic to deliberately get ourselves frozen. The reason for that is because we're going to go up towards a little middle route here that sneakily allows us to skip a large chunk of the back and forth. So, Supersonic being frozen here, this is fine. We're going to wait until we go down. Sonic, you alright in there, buddy? His eyes say no. But we're going to use the ice to bust through that ice wall there, and then we're going to jump up towards the top route here, allowing us to skip a nice big chunk of the stage and already aim towards the boss fight. Here comes Heavy Shinobi. Heavy Shinobi's going to have a fun time. We're just going to play a game of overlap the hitboxes. Supersonic's hitbox and Heavy Shinobi's hitboxes here overlap very nicely, allowing us to get the quick hits that we need to finish the stage in less than a minute. And away we go, and that was Press Garden 2. Short, sweet, and to the point, you know. And away we go on to our next stage. I'm going to take a quick swig of the water as well, because you got to stay hydrated. Alright, so we're going to go into Stardust Speedway Zone now. Back to Sonic CD into the past. This is where they showed us that Knuckles was going to be in the game as well. So we're going to just slow ourselves down, jump our way up to the top of these platforms, dodge the lightning bugs that are a little bit of a pain in our boot. But we are alright to go right now. Little baby bounce gets the speed to go down the bottom there. That is very nice. We now get to come and jump off that, grab our 10 rings. You know what we're doing at this point. It is get 50 rings as quickly as possible. And we get to chill out and listen to the tune while we go through it. On it, the most dangerous room in this level, it is the spike platform room. You've got these platforms with spikes on them. You've got the armadillos that will slow you down, but we make it through there, no problemo. Grabbing the amount of rings that we need, 43 is perfect for a nice supersonic transformation right now. Let's see if our platform is on a good cycle. We drop down, we roll it, and we're just going to run all the way across and see if we can get ourselves a nice big jump over there, big jump down there, drop dash in, through and round. Takes us to our area. We should be getting a nice 55-second checkpoint right now, maybe 57. Let's see what happens here. We go through, we go round, we get 54. Not a big part there. Still on the 55, which is nice as we get to our lightning bug boss here. 2 hits. The little ones appear. Take them out as quickly as you possibly can. Then land on the ground, because if you're not on the ground, the boss will not spawn. Because I don't know why. It's a weird quirk that it has. And then our final 4 hits before we run into Stardust Speedway Act 2. And this is basically the stage that kind of plays itself. So we finish our stage there. We gotta go into our next area. Stardust Speedway Act 2. We play the first like 20 seconds of it. Then the game takes over. And we then get to try and do a little skip at the boss. But more on that later. So spin dash our way over here. We get to run in. Arg's going down the bottom right now. He has no idea where he's going on this one. It might be worth him restarting the game. I don't know. Let's see what happens as we can run our way through. He gets bodied. He's going to restart the stage. Not meant to do that. We got a jump. Drop dash went off and we end on the bottom. But no worries. Let's just do it again. Spin dash jump, go up to the top right there. That's what you want to see. So down to the bottom, run up to the top. This is the route that I know through the stage, because we're going to grab onto the rocket. The rocket's going to take us to some rings. The ring's going to give us the stuff we need to get super. And then we drop dash our way down here. Once again, going to run through after the second loop. We jump up the ramp. This prevents us from getting hit by the armadillo. Jump over the next rocket, and then we get to the stage of the game where it effectively plays itself. Look, man, no hands. Not doing it right now. It's just doing what it wants. But you need your hands on the controller, because there is one little jump here that you want to do. You jump over, you transform, making sure you don't fall down the hole like Tails just did. Hit the spring for safety and run ourselves over to the boss area. So this boss is split up into 3 phases. We have the Metal Sonic running sequence. We then have the Silver Sonic fight sequence. And then finally, the Metal Sonic Kai sequence. We're going to skip the Silver Sonic sequence. So I'm sorry to any of you 8-bit fans. But we're going to do pretty much the only instance of zipping in this game. Unlike other classic Sonic games where if you get stuck in a wall, you can zip left and right. In Sonic Mania, the only direction you can go is up. 9 times out of 10, when you go up, you'll land on an invisible Eggman block that'll kill you immediately and respawn you at a checkpoint. It's the devs' way of saying that don't get soft locked. We're going to do a number of jumps here. Of course, we get absolutely bodied out of that one, but I can get out of this lovely area thanks to doing something like that. We're going to attempt it another couple of times. If it doesn't work, we'll then end up going up the top. But the plan here is you jump and then you mash the jump button right next to each other, allowing you to get in there, which is really, really good. Getting stuck in that 1x1 pixel wall, allowing you to go up there, and then skipping the Silver Sonic phase. As I say, in this game, zipping, like the traditional games, does not exist. The devs were aware of it. They made sure that it was not possible, at least in Mania mode. Encore mode is a different story. But that is that boss done. We could have ended the game now. Instead, Tails is going to try and grab the Phantom Ruby. Misses the thing, and now we get to go to Hydro City. As we got to go through, we got to have fun, we got to go in. You will see one more instance of clipping. I will try and explain it when we get to that area, as that was not the best explanation. But when you fail and you're trying to do it quickly, it's less about the explanation, more about getting it done. But welcome to Hydro City Zone here. This is the stage that takes you on the top route, the middle route, and the bottom route, all because it doesn't know what it wants to do. The downside is, you don't have any checkpoints either, so if you die, back to the start. We're going to try and get ourselves a really good cycle here that's going to allow us to get onto a really nice area without, hopefully, missing a platform cycle or two. We're going to spin dash our way over and just see what happens. 3 taps left allows us to get up onto the rail there, down to the bottom, opening up our secret platform to get ourselves back up to where we want to be. Then we're going to run, jump, and then jump to the left at high speeds, allowing us just to casually fade through the ground here. Drop dash away down the bottom, gives us our final elemental shield of the run. It is the bubble shield. This prevents us from drowning. It gives us the bubble bounce as well, which is going to be really cool at the start of Act 2. Now we're going to run through. I don't think I'm going to make the 53 cycle, but we should make the 57 cycle here, which should be alright. Drop dash off the spike just because we can. There's the platform cycle that we want to see. Didn't make the 53, but we are making the 57. Making sure you don't get squished. Allows you to go towards the end of the stage here. And a very nice high speed, so we are good to go. Going to grab some extra rings here just to keep a little bit going, and then jump to the left. Allows you to face through that ground there as we head towards the boss fight. Going to hit the checkpoint, going to get a little cutscene, and it's Eggman in his scuba gear. Dropping some mines here. What you doing, mate? He's causing trouble as always. So he's blowing up the support. He's here. The ground is for, or the walls are coming down, trying to crush you. But we have the bubble shield so we won't drown. We also have supersonic so we can jump up here, get through the area so quickly that we actually have to wait for the wall to line up and let us out. At the same time though, we're about to come into the boss fight, and if any of you are evil geniuses, please have this as a PSA. Do not leave your eggmobiles unattended, or random hedgehogs, foxes, echidnas, flying squirrels, or armadillos will come and commandeer them. Eggman here is getting a taste of his own medicine, getting sucked up by the whirlpools, and then getting hit by the fans, just like he tried to do to us in Sonic 3. He does drop the mines. We're making sure we're in the correct position here so we don't get hit by the mines. We can drop the little canisters as well to take them out, and away we go. That's a good boss fight. And the bubble shield makes a nice little canopy over the eggmobile there. As we now head over into Act 2, the question is, can we do the swag strap? Will we get the triple bubble bounce, or will it be a quadruple bubble bounce? It'll allow us to skip a platform cycle if we do it right. The question is, will we nail it? Let's find out. We're going to run away here. We're going to come up. We're going to do the jumps. We're going to do a run jump. We're going to get 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, the triple bubble bounce on the cycle. You love to see it. Lovely triple bubble bounce there. We're now going to grab 53 rings between now and the first checkpoint of the level. That's going to be just enough to allow us to transform. Deliberately going to lose the bubble shield here. The reason for that is because when you have the shields, their active abilities take away your ability to do the drop dash, and the drop dash is very fast for us, so we use that to our advantage. And we're going to run our way through up towards the top of the stage here, get ourselves supersonic, and then have some fun. The layout of the stage is based on a lot of the infinity signs, a lot of the go from the top left down to the bottom right, up to the top right, down to the bottom left. We're going to skip all that funky jazz by doing a nice big jump down here, drop dash our way backwards, run our way up, jump over, hit the path swapper that allows us to skip that entire segment. And the best thing is the stage has it twice. So we're going to go do that again after we make our way up to the area here. Spin dash our way through. Let's see if we get enough speed to just continue going all the way up there, not having to use the grabby hands. It's looking good. Runs our way up, jump to the other side here, grabs our bubble shield, big old jump over, skipping the top section there, and then down towards the bottom. We're going to slow down, deliberately stop, wait ourselves through, run, jump straight through the bottom of the ground there, because if you have enough speed and you have enough height, that ramp just does not exist. So we get to run our way through, we get to go in, we go down to the bottom here, onto our boss fight, and this is where we get to have some fun with Supersonic again. So the boss is on the left-hand side here. The boss is going to be pushing us away. We're supposed to be using the mines that'll hit the boss. However, because we are supersonic and we are invincible, we can also use ourselves as a projectile. So anytime we get any of these spikes, we can use these spikes to our advantage to gain some extra quick hits on the boss. Let's see if we're going to get a good RNG here. We are not getting good RNG. That is really unfortunate. We get a hit there. The mine is going to go away. It's not going to hit the boss in time. The boss is going to disappear. We are going into phase 2. And we're going to use our buddy Tails here to avoid the spin cycle. He's going to jump. We're going to fly. He's going to carry us up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The hits are gone. We're going to hit the capsule immediately as well. And now we're heading over to the auto-scroller of the run, because it's not a Sonic stage or a Sonic speedrun without there being an auto-scroller at some point. You love it. Good stuff, right? So coming off to our next stage, it is, of course, Mirage Saloon. Tails is piloting with his cool little goggles. Sonic is on the plane, and Knuckles is there as well. Oh, no. Unfortunately, Knuckles knocked off the plane by Heavy Magician here. How you doing? And that's the boss of Knuckles' stage going away down there. Knuckles gets to do his own different stage in Mirage Saloon. A lot of fun, has its own little cool tune. Instead, we get to do the auto-scroller here. So I'm going to use this time just to explain some of the stuff that we may have missed. The main thing that we've known... Oh, by the way, you can spin dash off this plane if you're facing left. Don't spin dash off the plane. It's not very good. So we're not going to do any of that on this one, but we are going to grab 50 rings and we're going to do a funky glitch towards the end of the stage. But yeah, the main thing that I didn't get to explain was clipping in this game, or zipping. Zipping, like the traditional Sonic games where you hit the left-hand side of the wall to get zipped to the right-hand side, doesn't exist in Mania mode. Encore mode has a equivalent of it, but I'm not going to go dive too hard into that one right now, because my brain doesn't quite understand it either. But what we do have is anytime you are stuck in an object that you're not supposed to be in, the game will force you upwards. You cannot move left, you cannot move right, you can only jump. 9 times out of 10, you will hit an invisible Eggman block that will deliberately kill Sonic via a crush death just to get you back to the nearest checkpoint. However, there are some stages, like we've seen, that you can have one little gap that allows you to go straight up and use that to your advantage to skip parts of the stages. We had it in Stardust Speedway's boss there. We will see it again in Lava Reef 2. Lava Reef 2 allows us to have our cake and eat it. And by that I mean get a big ring, do the clip into the wall, and then skip a large chunk of the level. It's really good. But now we're going to do our own little trick in this stage, because what we're going to do is we're going to jump, we're going to transform while the train is moving towards us on the screen here. This has now confused the game. The game does not know if we're on the foreground layer or the background layer. So it puts us on both. We're going to hit the checkpoint in the background layer. We're deliberately going to get crushed by the spikes as we go past them. That is going to allow us to skip the entire train segment here and allow us to get straight to the boss fight. So hopefully we are going to see if this boss is going to be nice to us. We want to see the boss jump out 3 times in a row. The boss can do 3 different attacks. It'll jump out once, it'll jump out 3 times, or it'll go to the left or the right hand side and allow us to get 2 hits on it. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to jump out once there, and we're getting the 3 hit here, which is very nice. 3 hit here, all well and good. Let's see if we get it again. Usually the boss goes to the left or right. Boss is giving us a jump. Is it going to be a 1 or is it a 2? It is a 3. There we go. We're jumping up. There's our 3 hit that we want to see. That is a perfect boss fight. Great RNG and what we want to see. Good for us as we're now going to head into Mirage Saloon Act 2. The end of level signpost there, currently sitting on the Heavy Magician's head. You're not going to see that though, because we're skipping the cutscene. The tornado is going to crash land, and we're going to have some fun as we're going to run our way through the stage here. Lots of new gimmicks on this one, because again, a brand new stage. We're going to run away, jump down, going to jump up and grab 50 rings as quickly as we possibly can. Make sure we don't get caught by our lovely little spinny boys there. They like to follow us around and try and get in our way, but we are too fast for them. We will need our buddy Tails here, because we're going to do what I like to call ice cream strats. We've got another boss skip coming up here. You saw Heavy Magician. We are going to do nothing of Heavy Magician's fight. We're going to run, we're going to jump, we're going to get over here. That's going to allow us to get straight over the segment. Jump our way down. Good bounces there. Do not want to go up the top right. We want to stay on the middle segment here. Hopefully not get caught by the chairs. We did not get caught by the chairs. That's wonderful. We're going to fall down the side of this area, go down to the bottom, have our buddy Tails come up. Hopefully he'll be with us. He is with us. This is beautiful. We want to get Tails to come over here. We're going to line him up at the ice cream. Come get your ice cream. Num, 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 num. Take him over, land on the barrel, turn him, face him left. We do a spin dash. He's facing right. Spin dash, jump at the side. Gets the ice cream jump. It didn't happen. All right. Let's try that again. Maybe he was facing the wrong direction. So Tails comes back, gets the ice cream. We turn him around. We come in. We make sure he's facing that. We spin that. We jump. We get the ice cream jump. And there's what you want to hear. So you line yourself up at the ice cream. You send Tails into the boss arena. Because Tails is not affected by the invisible wall, you do a single tap spin dash with Tails facing right, you jump at the ice cream, and Tails should bounce onto the capsule for you, skipping the boss and allowing us coming into Oil Ocean. So a little bit of a bad start at Oil Ocean here. Deliberately bad start at Oil Ocean here. This is not grand. We're going to jump up here. I'm just going to restart because there's no way I'm getting out of that right now. Let's see if we can try that again as we're going to run our way through. Not a good start when you get hit by the spikes there, but let's see if we can try and get the jump at that segment there. There's the jump you're looking for. That's a lovely, wonderful jump there. So we're just going to jump up here, make sure we don't get hit by the fire. We did. We didn't get crushed, though. That's fine. Grab our fire shield that says the oil on fire. We're going to go up to the top here to grab ourselves our lovely big ring. Off to the top right we go, though. So big old jumps here up to the fans, not getting hit by our platforms, allowing us to get all the way up to the top and then run our way through the rest of the stage. Aiming for about a 50-second checkpoint here to run our way through over to this area. We are not going to get these platforms. Those platforms are going to help us to get up to the top right. That's all right. So we just want to eat chili dogs. Can't say the rest on a PG stream. Let's see if we make the cycle. That's good. Gets up there at the 43. Gets our checkpoint at the 45. Gets to the boss by the 50. Even that little mishap at the start there, that is not bad. Here's Bob the Builder. Can he fix it? He can if he got an attack off. Unfortunately, Bob the Builder gets no attacks off, and that's the end of that boss. We're now deliberately going to line ourselves up because you can see the gimmick on the screen right now. It is this fog. We are going to stand in this specific position, so Sonic's victory animation jumps him over a segment, and we are never going to activate it. So we fall down, we fire dash away, so our buddy Tails never removes the smog. Because the smog is never removed, it means that the countdown timer that is supposed to drain your rings never begins, and we get to go through the stage not having to worry about it. Little trick there, just to gain enough speed to get up to the booster, skipping a little bit of the stage there, running our way through, going to get 50 rings as quickly as we can, because what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to skip another boss using the power of the magic box. So as you know, the way Sonic games work, there are foreground layers and there are background layers. The game constantly has you swapping between the foreground layer and the background layer. In this game, certain parts of the level geometry are based on the foreground layer and the background layer, and we're going to take advantage of that. So because our buddy Tails here, we, for some reason, share properties when we're grabbing onto each other. So right now, this is the magic box. The magic box has a foreground layer swapper and a background layer swapper. We are currently in the foreground layer, but because we were off screen when we passed it, our buddy Tails is in the background. We grab our buddy Tails, we're now in the background. The level is now no longer solid. We're going to jump into the oil here, do a single jump that's going to allow us to navigate through this oil, drop down to the bottom, land into the pile of oil at the bottom there, not getting caught into the kill plane, and allowing us to jump onto the submarine. If we've done this correctly, we'll now fly again with our buddy Tails when he lands, and that'll allow us to go through these walls that are supposed to be blocking our way. Because we are in the background and they're in the foreground, we are allowed to go through these. This allows us to fly above the boss arena, where the camera lock does not affect us, and allows us to land straight onto the end of the level here, and then jump into the lava so we don't fall down and die. And that is how you skip this boss. Allows us to go all the way through to the boss fight. We're going to take a deliberate death here, making sure I jump there just so we didn't die. There we go, we die. Because we finished the stage, the game says, you pass, go, you collect 200 rings, and away we go into Lava Reef. But yeah, TLDR on that one. For some reason, Tails is able to share his property with us. We take advantage of that. We get stuck in the background and use it to our advantage. Now we're just going to bounce our way up to the area here. We're going to go off the beaten path one time, just because there is a stonkingly big amount of rings here. Stonks are good for rings right now. Gives us 50, allows us to transform, and away we go to the rest of Lava Reef here. Spin dash our way through. This is my favorite stage. I love the tune. I also love the fact that they merged it with some stages from Sonic CD and Sonic 3. As you have a little bit of Endless Mines graphics in here, as well as having the gimmick from Quartz Quadrant. You have the little conveyor belts. So we're just going to run our way through on this stage. This stage itself doesn't have much in the way of glitches. It's all about smooth movement, knowing the cycles, trying to beat everything when you can. It's hard to get them down, but when you get it going, it's a beautiful stage. As we run our way through, let's see if we can get something down here, get something in there. We do our drop dash round, that's fine, no squishes. Runs our way in, no getting hit by the sub-pixels, because it is a Sonic game after all. Sub-pixels still exist. Sub-pixels, just like any other classic Sonic game, are pixels less than a pixel. There's one there. You get hit by it, it stops all your momentum. Nice big jump up the stairs there. Round to our side, gets the drop dashes down still, as we get to run our way through and see what happens. So over the top, big old jump down, drop dash our way through, and big jump up. Let's see where we go, where we're going to end up around the bottom here on this segment. Round the bottom. He's getting caught by every single little enemy that's getting in his way there, but that's alright. He does the jump round, down, and through. Should be aiming here to get a very nice boss time, probably around the 150 odd, because we're coming up to it very, very soon there. Down to the bottom. Down to the bottom, runs our way through. Oops, gets caught on that platform there. That's alright. Runs up, down, 150 checkpoint. Into our boss right now. This boss fight has super armor. It is currently invincible until we get it hit by lava 2 times. Then its midsection becomes vulnerable. And if you get it hit 3 times by the lava, it is entirely invincible. Of course, we are supersonic, so we're just going to stand in the middle. When it becomes vulnerable here, we're going to hit it a couple of times and take the boss out before it even bothers about getting hit by the lava a 3rd time. So there was 2 hits on the boss there. Gives it another couple of hits here. Let's see if we're going to get any phantom hits. We did not. Good for us. Away we go. And we get to have some fun here. So now the lava's going to drain away. You know what that means. We're going to come at one of the most beautiful stages in the game. It is Lava Reef Act 2. And we get to have a little fun with it too. So we're going to skip our cutscenes here. Jumps in the Lava Reef 2 with the crystals. We love to see it. And let's see if we can make a good cycle. So this is where we're going to line up and do our second clip of the run here. Once again, we're going to get ourselves stuck in the level geometry with Supersonic's transformation. And we're going to use that to our advantage to go from the bottom route back up to the top here. So I should be able to just make that. We didn't. Tails has grabbed me though. Thank you, buddy, for being a bro. And we're going to run in here. We're going to grab this big round. We're going to spin dash out immediately. Use this box. We're going to jump transform. Stuck in the box that pushes us into the wall. That allows us to jump up and get back onto the top route. Like I said, have our cake and eat it too. So we're going to go down to the bottom here now. We're going to go run our way through. We get our spinny cylinders here. Just getting enough height there. Jump up in this area to get a little shortcut. Misses the boxes that we need to worry about. And gives us 20 rings to keep us in Supersonic's form. We're now just going to run our way through the rest of the stage. See if we can get ourselves a good speed there. That is a beautiful drop dash. We love it. Big old jump up here. Run to the area. Drop dash over. Where's our box? The box is down, so we're going to go up the top instead. Round to our area. Onto this other side. We just spin dash our way up. Hits the springs. Runs our way through. We got the shields there. We don't need to worry about it. Big jump up. Onto the steps. Not get bodied, and run to the end of the stage here, getting into the boss arena at a very respectable 110. So into our boss arena now, we're going to go, and it's going to raise up, showing Little Planet in the background. We're going to stand perfectly at this lovely little area here. We're going to get 4 jumps on Heavy Rider and Jimmy the Motobug when the boss comes out. So full jump over. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Boss turns round. 1, 2, wait for the boss to turn round. Boss did not turn round, so we get the zoom. I'm going to catch up with you, hit you on the end there, and that allows us to fly up with our buddy Tails here, just to hit the capsule and head to the next stage, which is anime. I'm going to give you a cool little thing though on this one, because why not? You're going to see the cutscene. Ah, I didn't do it. Alright, Tails' people needs him. He's gone. Bye, Tails. He's off. He's away. His people need him. Into Metallic Madness Zone at 1 here. Welcome to Anime the Stage. This is anime. We love anime. We watch anime. Now we're going to do a deliberate damage boost on this stage. This stage is quite simply stay on the middle route. Do not fall down to the bottom route. If you do, just restart the stage because it is no fun. This is exactly the same stage as Sonic CD, or well, as Metallic Madness in Sonic CD. Has the same gimmicks. We got the platforms in the foreground and the background. We're going to use them to our advantage here to attempt a boss skip. Now I say attempt because we only get 1 or 2 attempts at it as we do it early. If we do it late. If we do it early, we are not able to do the boss skip. It is a very precise super transformation clip. We're going to see if we can pull it off. Fingers crossed we get it. It would be really hype if we did. So we're not going to transform into super right now. We're going to take great care not to lose our rings as we're going to run our way up to the top here. We're going to jump our way in, see what happens using this background layer to our shenanigans. We're going to get over here. We're going to line ourselves up specifically on this pixel. That's too far over. It's this one here. Do a pause jump. Go for it. Oh, we didn't get it. We were late. That's fine. So we're going to line ourselves up again on this pixel. We do. No, that's not a good jump. Do the jump. There's the jump. We go through. We go for it. Get the transform. Nope, we didn't get the transform. We're going to try it another couple of times here. Do the jump. That's not the right jump. We need the next frame jump. We need the jump on the exact same frame. Gets the transform. Nope, I need to get that transform. The transform does not want to activate. So we're looking for it here. Oh, and he done it early. So unfortunately, we cannot attempt it again as we got the transformation too early there. Because what happens is Supersonic's hitbox extends ever so slightly when he transforms, and it allows you to get stuck in the wall that zips you right up the top, that makes you in the perfect position to do the boss skip. Unfortunately, transforming too early means that we can no longer de-transform, and we have to do the boss as normal. It's a really risky play. It loses a lot of time if you go for it, but the time it saves is amazing. But it's such a precise trick right now, and I don't quite have it down yet. But that's alright, so we get to do the boss instead. 4 quick hits on the boss here. He'll be in one of 2 random pistons that come up. Then he's going to go into his desperation phase. Arg picked the wrong piston. Good job. So we're going to go in and we're going to see when he goes into his desperation phase. He'll come out of every 4th piston in a row. So we see that there. He comes down, he comes out. That's good for us. Now he's into his desperation phase. 4 pistons comes down. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and he's in the 4th. He's going to repeat that 4 times, and it's going to take us into Metallic Madness Act 2. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. He's back in the same one. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4, and that should be the end of the boss. So no boss skip there, but that's alright. We're just going to spin dash our way over to the end of the stage. We've got 3 more stages remaining. Metallic Madness Act 2, Titanic Monarch 1 and 2, and then, of course, Egg Reverie as well. So we're going to just head our way over through Metallic Madness Act 2. This is another cycle-based stage. We want to make a platform cycle at 58 seconds if we can make it. We're going to run our way through this stage, try and get as many rings as we can, because you guessed it, we're transforming in a Super Sonic here. Going to go into the background, the exact same mechanic from Sonic CD comes in. The foreground layer, background layer, and the chibi minifying laser, giving us the chibi super song that we ever love. Making sure we don't get hit here, because if you get hit and you lose your rings, it's very bad. We're going to wait, we're going to jump up, we're going to come around, we're going to see if we're going to make for our cycle or not. We are, so we transform in here. We now get the supersonic music, because for some reason when you're chibi supersonic, the disabled supersonic code does not work, and we get to hear our super theme anyway. So any trumpet fans, I am sorry. We don't get to hear the Metallic Madness Act 2, but we get to run through. We're at 43 seconds right now. That gives us a grand total of 15 to try and get over here. Let's see what happens. We do our spin dash, we run, we jump over, we get straight in, we go down to the bottom here. Gives us our drop dash over, we go in, we're at 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. We come down, we get the cycle. You love to see it. Straight through those spinny platforms, onto the boss fight. Beautiful stage there. As we now get to play with Dr. Robotnik's little gacha machine here. Bosses from Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Amy dolls are all going to appear. The idea is that you take them out as quickly as you can, and then he will disappear, and we see if we can get ourselves some surprise Eggman. So we're just taking out the enemies here. We try and get 2 hits on each of them, and then when the boss Eggman disappears, I'm going to take out these those Amy dolls. We get Tails to fly up here. Do we get some surprise Eggman? And out of nowhere, surprise Eggman appears. You love to see it. The boss spawning at the right place there. You hit the switch once more. Surprise Eggman falls out. How he falls out those tubes, I don't know. But there we go. That is Metallic Madness Act 2 complete. On to Titanic Monarch. One of my favorite final set of levels, because it takes everything that you know, amps it up to 11, and it's just so much fun to play. So we're going to run, we're going to jump, we're going to go through the stage normally. There are a number of clips that you can do in this one, but we're not going to risk it in a marathon run right now. Instead, we're going to play it safe. We're going to enjoy just some super speedy movement as we run our way through. Tails, buddy, we need you for one last trick, my friend. Will you help us out and be the bro that we always know that you are? The answer is no. No worries, Tails, that's fine. Instead of grabbing us in, he just said, nah, that's fine, we're done. Love to see it. As we gotta go through. So I'll just take the stage around up on the normal side here. Whatever, Tails, whatever. He gets the last laugh. As we gotta go through around on this area. Up to the disc part now. In the crash test dummy. Gonna grab our rings. Arg's way too early on that jump out, but thankfully didn't hit the spikes. I was about to panic there, but we're good to go. So we're gonna run our way through the rest of the stage. Up into the gravity orb room here. Big old gravity orbs. They have a lovely effect to them that you just launch yourself up the top there. That's a beautiful ascension. Right off that enemy there, down to the bottom. Let's see if we're gonna get some wonky camera, no worky here. Will the camera be able to keep up with Supersonic? We're about to find out as we run and jump up the top here. The answer looks like it's going to be no. As we run our way through, doing it all effectively blindfolded, because the game said, how about no? And we run our way through, not getting squished there, which is beautiful for us and allows us to go through into the next area here. Up to the top, round into the secret on the left there. Going to take us down towards the boss area. We're going to just fall down here. Didn't want to bounce off that, but thankfully got a good rebound here. Run the area up and round and in this section. Up the top, up, bounce in, rounding up once again to our final gravity orb section. Jump, drop, dash, round and through. Up to the top, it's what we do. Not enough oomph on that one because of the angle we got, but that's alright. Up to the very top now and down towards our boss fight. Red Eye is in Sonic 3 Knuckles. This is Crimson Eye. Starts with the exact same boss fight here. You've got these orbs. You want to take them out. They explode into different spikes. But instead of having platforms and a laser beam, he now has gravity control. Controlling the elevator here. If the elevator is moving up, you get heavy gravity. If the elevator is moving down, you get light gravity. But with Supersonic, it is entirely irrelevant. So now we're going up to our final stage, Titanic Monarch Act 2. It is split into 5 different areas. You effectively have a little hub world and then 4 different passageways. We're going to take each of the passageways here. We're going to start with the bottom left one because that has a hidden route that will give us the ability to get a lightning shield with Supersonic here. And we're going to go and grab that to carry Supersonic all the way to our boss fight. So we come up into our little hub world here, down towards the bottom left. We're going to see if we can get these orbs to do very nice stuff for us. We're going to jump down and skip this segment. Down we go, up and in, around to area. We'll see if we can get our drop dash off the ground onto a wall, doing a very awkward 10-degree angle here. So we got the platform, which is going to activate that to move down just in case we fudge it. We did not fudge it. Beautiful run up the wall there. Straight into our lovely little crash test dummy. Jump up and through. This gives us enough ring. Bounce off that. Gives us the rings that we need. Are we going to get the platform transformed? We're not. We're going to wait because that's right in time for us. We're going to run our way through using the springs to get towards the secret exit. So we come out to the top here. The choices go left or right. Left is the right way. Right is the secret exit. So we're going to go and grab our secret exit here. Takes us to our passageway with our lightning shield. We're going to jump down, immediately transform, and then do the rest of the 3 passages. This is now just about optimal movement and making sure you don't get crushed by those lovely pistons. These pistons are evil. We do not want to get crushed by these pistons because if you pass them, they will crush you. If you are at the wall and against the piston, it will crush you. If it crushes you, you die, you're back at the checkpoint, and you have no rings for super. So we're just going to bounce our way off this enemy, down the bottom here, running our way through. We're going to jump up through this segment. Going to try and in before the lock there. Very nice cycle there. Once again, risking the squish, but we didn't get it, which is good for us. Down to the bottom side now, into one last crash test dummy, finishing this area. So now we're going to head on to the top right segment. The top right segment is a vertical-based area. We're going to go down to go up. So down on our pistons here, once again, avoiding to make sure we don't get squished. And then we're going to be using the gravity orbs to get ourselves up to the top here as quickly as we possibly can. If we do it right, we should do it in about 5 launches of these orbs here. So 1, 2, 3... And then if we do it right, we get a nice big bounce up here. 4, straight in there. 5, and then the final one into the end there. That was a nice ascension there. That last one didn't quite get it the way we wanted, but that's all right. So we get a bit of swag on our final segment, running on the ceiling. And then big corner jump there, gets us up, bounces off the platforms, run to the area, straight up the wall, onto the springs. Now, while we're running towards the final boss fight here, I'm going to explain how it is going to work. The boss is invincible while he has his barrier up. Every time you hit the barrier, he makes a funky boing noise. I like to do a little game. Every time we hit the boss, I will count the boings. How many boings do you think Sonic and Tails are going to get off this boss fight here? Let me know in the chat. Closest one wins. Give me a number between 50 and 80. 50 and 80. How many bongs of the boss do you think we're going to get? Let's see if we can get some good ones. Will Tails help us and get a good one? Or will it be terrible? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So let's count the bounces here as we wait and see what happens. Oh. Alright, we're at 20 there. We now get the first hits on the boss to take out the first tentacle. That is 34 right now. That is very good. We're at 39 as we're going into the first Crystal Hand phase. Crystal Hand phase takes us over to one of the hard-boiled heavies. This one is Heavy Gunner's Revenge. We don't need to worry about these. We'll get taken back to the main boss fight in a second. And we are at 39 bounces all right now. Alright, we're at 45 there, so that's not particularly good. If you said 62, you are today's winner. And now we go to the final boss fight of the run. Egg Reverie, the super exclusive boss fight for Sonic and Knuckles mode. As we're going to jump in here, the power of the Phantom Ruby has teleported us to a weird area with no time and space. You can see the timer is very wonky. We don't know which part of space we're in. We have the leader of the hard-boiled heavies here, Heavy King, stealing the Phantom Ruby. Eggman, not happy about this, is going to challenge him for it. But it is up to Supersonic to stop them both. 8 hits on both these bosses. Our first hit with Supersonic going to come up here. We're going to bomb off the orb there and immediately go into the little gap that we made. The thing about Heavy King here, he is the hardest part of this thing. Eggman is literally running to his hands and running at him. Heavy King, we want to try and get some good spin dashes into to get some quick hits. We did not get any quick hit there. That is unfortunate. Then we'll just take a deliberate damage and use our iframes to get through the orbs that he has and hopefully not run out of rings here. So that's a really bad first hit on that one. That's not what we want to see as we get to go through on this area. So we're going to spin dash our way through again. Did we get in? There you go. That's what you want to see as we go to win. Get our head off the boss. Once again, Eggman, big push over, totally fine. Rings will magnetize. 2 odds on this one. He's not giving us a good set there, but that's an instant fire, so I take that. But I need to be very careful about my ring count here, because that's Supersonic. Our ring count is always draining, and we want to make sure we grab as many of them as we can. You're coming over the other side. Yes, you are. We like that because we can get in there very easy. Very nice. Time is coming up very soon. Time comes up on the final hit on Robotnik. I will let you know when that is. I forgot to spin dash entirely there, but we still managed to sneak in there and get a good hit. Very nice. So if our first hit is the only hit that's going to troll us, I am a-okay with that. Alright. Well, I said that. That's not bad. It's not great. Should be another couple of hits to go, and then that should be it for this run. Where are you spinning, boss? Boss has been a right troll. There's that. Final hit is coming up. And that is time! And that is the run. Sonic Mania, Sonic and Tails, good ending. Showing you everything Mania has to offer level-wise. I do want to learn those skips that we didn't do. Puyo Puyo skip. Want to learn the Metallic Madness 1 skip and the skips in Titanic Monarch 2. But I am very happy with that run. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. Yeah, there we go. That is it. I want to give a big shout out as well to the Sonic Adventure Era speedrun community for running the marathon, not the NSAEM, and inviting me here for 2 runs. We did Star Fox on Friday. We've done Mania now. And I know they've got things planned in the future. So good luck to them. Thank you for having me. And I will catch you all later. To everybody in my chat, make sure you follow the Sonic Adventure Era events channel. I'll put the link in the chat for you later on. You want to join that, have some fun. But for now, that's it for me. I will pass it over to the setup team as we're coming up with Sly Sonic's going to do some runs for us next. Have a good one.